Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Got interrupted. This is episode 19, 18.
Oh my god. Yo, cracking, dude. Yo, cracking.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, so I'm on and we're joined by...
Hey, it's me, Brian, and our final member.
Oh, alright. Hello again, it's me, Ryan.
Dude, we didn't even introduce Kevin. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Well,
I forgot. Fucking Brian.
That's why I waited. And
I was gonna say it then Brian.
I was like Brian, and then I paused intentionally for Kevin to do his bit.
Oh,
Wonderful
man.
start, guys. This is lovely.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
so welcome to episode 18 of the podcast. We are everyone. Hey. And we're doing something a little special. We're actually doing something that anime type podcast should be doing, and we're talking about anime for once.
Yeah.
Holy
I mean,
crap.
as if we haven't talked about enough in our past.
Well,
ones.
we
I guess
haven't
this
talked
was
about specific anime.
Yeah, we haven't
Yeah,
talked
we
about specifics yet. Yeah, that's true.
We talk about our general experiences with anime. What it
Yeah,
does
that's
for
true.
us.
That is very true.
Yeah.
And the problem with all this, right? You might be wondering, it's like, you guys watch anime, you guys should know anime. But the problem is that we all watch, we never watch the same anime.
True.
Yep.
What's it? The only one I could feasibly, clearly remember us watching together is A Place Further in the Universe, and
Yep.
and Violet Evergarden. That's
Yep.
it. Yes,
Yep.
we see the mainstream stuff like Demon Slayer and stuff, but for example, Hibike, right? Something that a lot of us, a couple of us here, know very well and are very emotional about.
You introduced that to
Un
me.
hasn't,
Yeah.
watched it, and then it's what else
Oh.
is there?
Okay,
Same thing-
no.
yeah.
I find it really funny because it's literally an anime about musicians.
I know, that's
Yeah,
funny
it's
thing.
literally-
that's the ironic part. Yeah. And then it's what else is there? I'm
These
sure
guys have watched shonens that we haven't watched.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
One Piece, but me, Brian, haven't.
Yeah.
We don't even touch
Yeah.
it. Ryan
No,
has
yeah.
dabbled, I think.
You have
Yeah, we-
1,000 episodes of content.
I dabble.
Yeah, and I think we all have specific tastes too, as well.
Yep.
I think what's it for me? I think I memed about this a while back in one of my podcasts, but I'm the guy who likes cute girls doing cute things kind
Yeah,
of shit.
you said that.
Valid.
And then it's Kevin. What was yours again, Kevin? Oh,
Right. Hey, yo, save it for the video. Save it for the essay, alright? We save it for the
Alright,
essay.
yeah,
we
I
don't
got
talk
you.
about it.
Kevin's got a special type though.
No, okay.
Really? Mm.
But in general, the good one that we can actually talk about is I mainly watch slice of life.
Mhm.
Specifically the wholesome ones, you know.
Mhm.
The sugar high inducing.
Well, wait,
Yeah.
before we kind of introduce the topic, though, we should probably
Yeah.
have the context of how it all started in the first place.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh,
So, okay.
right.
Firstly, this is a show that I watched a while back, first when it came out, and I was just like, "Oh, this is really cool." It's very, the aesthetic was pretty similar to Beastars, and I obviously wanted to get into it because from what I hear, it's a good show. So I thought, oh, okay, might as well watch something kind of similar to it before I really go into it. I haven't yet, admittedly, but I probably will at some point. I like the music and stuff. But anyways, fast forward a few years. I told Kevin about this anime as well, and he just refused
I
to
didn't
watch
refuse.
it.
I said, sure, I'll watch it later.
Yeah.
He never
Same
watched
thing.
it. Then he
So-
never watched it.
So then, fast forward to what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or something.
Literally,
right?
I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Kevin comes up to me in a Discord as we're gaming and stuff, and he goes, "Yo, want to do a contest and loser has to do something."
Okay.
And I was, yeah, Kevin, I think you can explain this better.
Yeah, so my context goes a little further than that. So
Oh,
basically,
okay.
I haven't heard of this.
I
It's the
was
first
just
time.
vibing, right? And for some reason, I really wanted to do because I want to play a game with Brian and the others, right? And of course, I've been getting into some fighting games. I'm not that good. Fucking fuck you, Ryan.
Hey man,
and-
you're learning. You're learning.
Am I really? But anyways. And I was looking through one of my old videos, and one of my old videos had this combat system from Minecraft, a really old mod where you could lock on and do special abilities. And I was like, man, what the fuck mod is this, right? And this was probably a couple months ago. And then I finally found it. It was called Dynamic Swords from 1.12. and I was like, oh damn, dude, this is so cool. I want. And then I remembered how me and Brian 1v1 on it, and it was like really super sick. Like we did like so much, you know, random fights with it. It was super cool, and I was like, you know what, might as well like let's play it. You know, when I get the chance, I'll ask Brian whatever. And on one fateful day, I was chilling, and I asked Brian, yo, you wanna do something? And he was like, sure. And so I hop into a call, and I'm like, yo, you wanna play some Minecraft? And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then joins the call, and he's like vibing, and he's playing Genshin like a loser.
Wait.
Whoa, bro, come on.
Help me grinding the man. Just kidding, you're fine, you're chilling, you're chilling. I'm so aggressive today, I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
I think Odd and Brian probably know a little bit why, but maybe.
I'm lost.
Wait, no, I do.
I'm lost.
Stay
Fortunate.
lost. I'm so sorry. Oh my
so
god.
Cold today,
Stay lost.
Okay, mental
will.
reset. No more thinking about Overwatch. Reset.
Okay.
So I asked Brian, you know, let's do some 1v1s, right? And then, cause you know I've been watching some VTubers lately. I'm like, you know what? Punishment game. Woo! And Brian
Okay.
was like, and then he finally said sure. And I was like, and I knew my punishment. I wanted Brian to play a VR horror game, cause fuck it, I wanna see it, right?
You want to see me fucking
Heck yeah.
squirm.
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
so as for context as well, there are some like games that like are classified as horror that I would like Subnautica and games like that. I really love those games. I hate horror though. I am so bad with
Just
it.
straight up horror.
Alien Isolation, FNAF,
Survival
You said
horror.
horror twice. You meant to say terror, right?
Well, no. They are technically horror under the horror genre.
It's more exploration horror, but
Yeah.
you can go into it.
Like,
Survival horror,
Vernacularly,
stuff like
they are known as horror. I consider them terror games, but yeah. But yeah. Oh, I could not do horror. Much less in a VR headset. I could not.
Oh yeah.
I
I
really
was the
wanna
type
do
of guy who got fucked up for like a good week by Doki Doki Literature Club.
Okay, granted that game was actually scary.
That's different. That's different. That's
That's true. Yeah, I guess so.
different.
But like, I feel like in hindsight, it's not as bad, you know.
Okay.
Sure. That game.
But yeah,
Ugh.
I'm. Long story short, I hate horror games. I could never. And Kevin brought me that punishment, and I was just
Content.
instantly in dread.
Content.
Yeah, and
I was so sad too.
Yeah, On wanted me to win. But I mean, as you could tell from what happened,
Yeah.
I did not win. But Brian, tell me what your punishment was.
So I originally had a very different punishment and a very boring one in hindsight because
Oh,
I couldn't,
yeah.
because Kevin put this on the spot on me. So I was like, oh, I wasn't planning this for like, you know, weeks or days ahead of time. I just got dropped on this now, so I couldn't think of a punishment.
I mean,
And
I thought that punishment
was-
on the spot, but like I knew you didn't like horror, so.
Yeah, but so I was obviously playing Genshin, and I obviously have like access to Kevin's account and stuff, and I know all the shit. So originally I wanted him to do a really annoying domain, which is okay. Let's just say it's really hard if you don't have the right characters. Kevin does not have the right character.
Okay.
So it's very, very annoying and very hard. And Kevin complained to me about it, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's kind of lame.
Yo, I got you.
and so then I thought, okay, well, you have to watch, and it just clicked. I remembered about this anime, and we like talked about it like a few days ago or something. I was like, okay, how about that? We'll have Kevin watch this anime. Now I expected him to like watch it in intervals. I didn't expect him to just like marathon it the whole night.
Yeah, I watched. It was a 5 hour something marathon.
Hell
and
yeah.
and the thing is, it's 12 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually a 12 episode anime goes on for 4 hours. So I was like an hour something off of like straight up just watching all of it. And that's because, oh, dude, if you ever marathon with me and Brian, you're fucked.
Yeah, you are.
Really?
We like to
now.
pause a lot. And
Yeah, we like to pause a lot
Okay,
and talk.
that makes
yeah.
sense. That's I can see.
But
And so
Yeah.
yeah, and that's why marathoning with us is not as good. But I was like, fuck it, I want to marathon this. Fuck it, why not, right? Because I was free that day, and I was like, fuck it. But yeah, I ended up losing through a clean. It was a best of 5, best of 3, I think, right?
I think it was a no, it was a best of 5. It was
best of 5. Oh yeah, I asked Brian, best of 3 or best of 5. He said best of 5. I'm like, sure about that, and he was like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
this
because
man fucking sweet me 3. Oh, not even close. Not even. He demolished my pride in gaming, bro.
It's so funny to watch.
The funny
Actually,
thing is, the entire time, okay, I was feeling 2 things, right? One, I am definitely gonna lose because I'm shit at Minecraft PvP, and 2, I have to try hard if I don't want to play. I have to like sweat a decent amount, like not like sweat, but like sweat in combination with the nervousness I was already having, because like just the mention of like me being forced to play a horror game just like gave me I was like hyperventilating.
You had that moment of like, I have to go all out or else I am going to lose.
Yeah,
I have to. I do not want to go through this. Please.
But yeah, it's also the fact that we were very unfamiliar with this mod, which gave me a little bit of an edge, because I feel like when it comes to mod flexibility, I can be okay with that.
Yeah.
Like on hindsight, but I don't know. It was pretty close though. I think for some of them.
Yeah.
And also, I utilized a few skills I think would be most handy as well, and just like remembered them.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got fucked up because I was spamming my sword, which was like unfortunate. But I mean, hey, I lost and I lost. You know, that's a GG.
Yeah, it was a clean fight. I mean, Kevin did destroy me a little bit after as well because.
And then you started destroying me again.
Yeah. So yeah, I basically won, and Kevin got the punishment. And I guess we might as well introduce it since like we're almost 10 minutes in, we haven't mentioned it yet or something.
Yep. I had to watch ODDTAXI.
Yep.
Ah.
So a lot of you may not know this one because it's a very good show. A lot of people like it, but I think it is a little niche, a little low key. You know.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I can see that.
It starts off. I feel I have had friends kind of drop it because they thought it was too slow. So it's really subjective, but like for me personally, it does start slow, but it's really cool because it's like drama based.
Yeah, and it's also you get to see glimpses of the character lives in this, and something I kind of appreciate about anime and how experimental it can be, because it's like I'm sure there are anime that have done this, but I think for me it's one of the first times I got to be like, oh, okay, so I'm seeing these different worlds interconnect with each other. I could see these people being, well, quote unquote people, but also not quote unquote people being people, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I just found it super interesting because it's like, oh, I want to know about some of these characters. I want to, they have endearing traits or they have like really strange tendencies or something. And you just kind of want to see that through to the end.
Yeah.
It definitely tackled a lot more serious, darker tones, which I really enjoyed.
I think that was a really cool thing.
That's a neat one.
And I think the payoff for the ending was pretty devastating. I think as well.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe not the ending because obviously it ended with a cliffhanger, a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, spoiler. Just
no spoiler.
Well, it's kind of a spoiler. Well, I mean, okay, we're talking about we revealed the anime, so I think the spoiler warning comes here now. But
okay, there you go.
So we will be talking about spoilers. So the fascinating thing about ODDTAXI is that it was basically it's animal people. It's anthropomorphic animal people who are like animals, act like people and stuff like that. But in the end, it's revealed that we're seeing this through the main character Oikawa, who has what is it called? It's like
I forgot.
Yeah,
it's a vision disorder or something.
It was something with his head, in his head brain.
Yeah,
it's so cool how.
And you just see everything, just like all these like characters you knew that were like animals. Like you had like twin police dogs. You had like what's it?
A porcupine rapper.
Yeah, or like a gorilla doctor and stuff. And you just see these people just like change from animal to human.
I just
like the most amazing.
I looked it up just now. It says it's called visual. I cannot this for the life of me. Visual agnosia.
Oh right,
Agnosia.
Yeah.
Which is a super interesting like thing, I guess.
Is that a mental illness or is it just like a disorder?
Well, let me
It's
look
something
at.
to do with the brain, so I'm not sure what the proper term for it is.
Yeah, because like I don't want to like miss, you know.
Yeah.
It's a mental. It
just
I don't
says
know. I can't go off the wiki.
An impairment. Yeah, the Wikipedia says
it's a mental good. It says said main character, Otokawa.
Yeah,
suffers
if
from
anyone
a mental condition.
knows, I highly doubt anyone does because I
Caused
feel like it's a bit of a low key one. But if anyone does know anything about it, we'd love to know more.
It says here, caused by executive dysfunction.
Oh.
Which maybe is having to do with his like what happened to him in the past.
Yeah, right. So it's like that's like kind of the big twist and like something that's really cool. But I think also the ending just dealt with so much as well. Like,
dude, the ending got me fucking acting up, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, dude, oh my god, dude,
executive
fucking bitch cat and motherfucker.
I see. So,
yeah.
Executive dysfunction. It which often occur after an injury to the frontal lobes of the brain. So it lines up.
Okay, right.
And I think that would also make sense too because we already had spoilers.
Spoiler warning. It's new anime.
Our main character, when he was a child, got into an accident. Well, not even an accident. It was like a purposeful plan.
It was meant to be I guess technically a triple suicide.
It's triple, yeah. That is also something the way they did his backstory, I really enjoyed that too. But he was basically drowning, and when you deprive your brain of oxygen, that is definitely another way to kill off the brain cells. Definitely.
Yeah.
So everything about it made sense, and the way they connected all the characters to one another to a story, I love that kind of thing.
The taxi flying off the bridge is such also an iconic scene.
Whole moment.
And I could see why. It's an
That was a nice. Scene. That was a cool like visual shot.
Yeah, because it kind of. Not only was it just visually amazing, it was also just I guess what it kind of meant in that moment, right?
Yeah.
It's connected everyone to this single world, but also kind of gave their own personal interpretation of what that meant towards them, right? Like for the two comedians, I think is best explained. They see that like drop. Actually, is it easier to explain? It's been a while actually. What was the? Do you guys remember what they imagined the taxi was?
It was a giraffe and a.
Oh no! They just saw the taxi as it was, right? And they just thought it was funny, yeah.
Nope.
So,
never mind.
Yeah.
Nope. I have no concept. I don't remember.
And it's like that, like the what's it? The dude, the straight man, he wanted to quit, and but he's turning away from like the thing splashing into the river. And it's like,
yeah.
And then the main guy, who's like, stay with me one more year, please. And he sees this, and it's like he sees this potential, and it's like
being cut off.
Like,
why do I keep on getting interrupted?
Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's also in that moment, it's like that kind of shows such an exaggeration between the straight man and the, what's the opposite of a straight man?
Straight man and
I
know what you're talking about, but
Wise Guy, is it Wise Guy? I forgot.
Yeah, whoever. It's like you see that, but it's also like the fact that you see them later, like they continue doing their work together. It's like in that moment they realize it's maybe we do need each other, or at least I could stick around to be able to, forward this dream of ours, even if I may not see the end goal in a way, right?
Yeah.
Or the vision. And I think that's something that's really cool, and that's just for one character. We have like 6 different like perspectives or something, like maybe even more than that.
We have
so many.
Yeah, we have a lot, and I want to actually talk about the ending and the idol, dude.
Oh yeah,
I think it's actually super interesting that they actually like touch into like the idol scene and how like like I don't know specifically if like that happens, but it does talk about like the toxicity of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
The competitive nature of like trying to get that role, if someone else gets the role, it can't.
Yeah. Also, like every kind of strain you could feel from that position, right?
Yeah. And yeah, keep going.
No. You go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna basically talk about how like the ending is like, it's so like, there's nothing good in the ending in a way where like everything's like happy ending, right?
Yeah, that's true.
There's still
It's so like, you're just kind of like left there and you're like, well shit, man, the world kind of sucks still here, right?
well, dang.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like so visceral in how like, kind of it. How do I put this? It's horrifying, I guess. Because it's like, you see these characters as animals, right? And that somewhat kind of like lessens the blow of these like people cutting and like a dead corpse or whatever, or like killing someone.
Doing the actions they do.
But then you realize they are people, and it's just like, you see the like the girl murder the other one, you know, like by strangling her. It's like so fucked. I'm like,
Isn't it like that's literally
so
seconds after we learn like, oh, you are seeing everything through a visual disorder.
Yeah.
And then casually, literally, how like not even seconds or maybe a minute after, they literally show it in like their regular human appearance, and you literally get thrown off by like, it was really fast. I remember like watching this.
It's like, oh yeah, mom, I sure got her. And
yeah,
dude, it was so fun.
I never knew.
Hearing that call was just like, cause like the contrast between like us hearing like, oh, you know, you got better, and then you see the comedic duo together, and then you know, and like all this news, and then this cut towards the girl with her mom saying that, yeah, I killed this person, right? Blah, blah. And it sounds so normal, and that's the thing that's like so scary, is that like it's so normal that it feels like this is a good thing, right? And like, you know, I'm like talking about like, or like, you know, this is like how an English teacher would say it, right? But like it really is something like, what the hell, right? Like, and then when she gets into the car and then it gets into the guy's taxi and it's a close up with her, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's like, not only that, it's like she's like basically telling her mom, it's like, yeah, I think I found who I need to murder next, and then you just like
cut like the man some break, man.
Yeah,
went on through so much.
Yeah, you had to do so much.
Not to mention as well, I love the just the amount of like I guess twists and stuff as well that like kind of happened throughout, which were like kind of obvious, but also like, if you're like really looking into it, but I think it's like just super cool, and the amount of continuity and what those kind of details add up to.
Yeah, for me personally, like even if you see the twist coming, they do it in a really enjoyable manner where you're like, whoa, I saw that coming, but like, holy crap.
Like the gun was super cool, I think. Like
that whole sequence is scary.
They counted the bullets, right? Everything added up, and then bang, he gets like shot in the end.
Oh my god. Oh, dude. Speaking of that shot, dude, the brothers, dude. I really like the brothers a lot.
The police brothers are great, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, their backstory is simple, but it really drives home to the girl.
I think it's also their relationship with each other, as well as their relationship with other people, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, I really think, because, again, I know me and Brian are really close like that. And, like, you know, I feel like that's something we would do, right? Like, if one of us fucks up, right? And, like, we know, like, you know, it's, like, fucked, right? We'd still be like, you know, you did a fucked up thing. I can't, you know, forgive you for it, but
yeah, we
one last ride, baby.
We still got each other's backs.
Yeah,
in some way or another.
And
it's my job. It's just my job as a brother. You know, I have to stick by.
Yeah. It's also like their kind of belief in justice. I think. Oh man, I would love to actually like sit down and think about that, because they have such like different ideas of not only justice but their role in the world as well. I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you have the smarter older twin, right?
Yes.
Where he's like he sees kind of the like what's it bribing, what's like another word for that?
Corruption.
Corruption. Yeah, there we go. The corruption
yeah.
of like the world, and he's placed in that, and he sees that as the right thing to do, because what he's doing is that he's getting that so that he could repay, someone who's helped them in the past,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you have this innocent police officer who just completely believes in this idea of justice, which of course ultimately gets his brother arrested.
Right.
But it's also the thing that saves him in the end, which I think is like super, super interesting.
Oh,
like,
no, you go.
And I think it's like, I think that's simple. I think for me at least, that's a very, very simple way to do it. But I think I could definitely go deeper with it. There are like too many interesting things about those two, and they're a very likable duo, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, like, one character I like unironically enjoyed, not because I enjoyed their characters, but I enjoyed the way they're written, was the freaking gotcha addict person.
Dude, oh my god.
We had a 30-minute conversation about this guy. Holy
Dude,
shit.
okay. I hate the guy, right? But it's in a way where like I hate him because of how terribly, like, quote unquote terribly he's written, aka how well he's written to be terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You meant to hate this person.
Yeah, it's the same line. It's like if an actor makes you hate the character, that means they acted it well. Like
They did their job.
they did the job. Like
They did their job. That's the
I
point.
think the coolest part about his character was the whole spiral. Like that's so
Oh,
the
very
spiral.
intricate.
Dude, seeing that just made me just like, I was like, oh god, this man
No.
fucked up, man. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, you get it's so like I think I'm not sure if now because of that argument, but
Not argument, discussion.
misunderstanding.
Yeah.
We had, but it's like I think for me and it was just so fucking tragic to see that. It was like seeing to repeat the phrase. It was like seeing a train wreck in slow motion, because it's like you see this man who's like he doesn't find much motivation in life.
Yeah.
He forces himself to like latch on to a singular point, and you could just see how dangerous that can be, because it's like it can lead you down to gambling, it can lead you down to
So much
obsession and
That's
hatred
scary.
towards
No.
other people.
That's the scariest part.
And you can see how narrow-minded his vision is as well. Like he barely even considers his family, and it's like
Yeah.
like, and those are the only people he like acknowledges, right?
And
it's
like
scary because oh wait, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was about to say how like every time we have a scene with him, it's so like focused, right? Like when we compare it with like Otokawa's and Shirakawa's relationship and how
that's true.
And how like it feels so open. They're always in like an open scene, right? And it's like when it's intense, it's always like very dialogue heavy. But when we're in this guy's scenes, it's always a single monologue, right?
That's
it's a
true,
monologue and
yeah.
it's very focused on him. And if I remember, a lot of the shots are close, and it brings it home so well. It's insane.
It's the fact that he's a man with nothing to lose. The whole effect of like that kind of distorted sound that always plays whenever he's on the scene. It's just like,
you're right. Yeah,
freaking scary, dude. That like I like see horror is scary, but like I feel like real life horror where someone has nothing to lose, they can hurt someone really. They can hurt many people really bad. So that's scary.
It's also like you like have all those moments too where it's like the kind of the foreshadowing of what he's going to be, like the slow build up of like him turning to this like leaf, and like the snap as well, and it's just like the snap is like so dangerous because it's like for him it's almost like a very distorted wake up to reality, and he's trying to both defy and conform to that in a way, right?
Yeah.
By seeking out someone that he wants to take his anger out on, or like and it's like to blame
misfortunes on
and it's like damn, it's crazy. Ryan, I think you were gonna say something, right?
No, I was just like I'm just remembering.
Sorry, I heard you perk up, so I thought you wanted to.
No, that's okay. Dang.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the funny thing is that we were talking about the podcast, and Ryan was there, and the funny thing is that Ryan. Okay, here's the funny thing. I watched like the first episode, like I got halfway through, and then Brian's like, "The fuck? Why didn't you invite me?" And he was on a call with other people, right? But then he joined, right? And then like 4 maybe 5 episodes in, Un comes in, right?
Yeah.
And then like on episode like 7, Ryan comes in, or like 8 or something, Ryan comes in, and so the funny thing is that like me and Brian have fully watched the show. Me having it once, Brian having it twice, and then these two have barely watched it. Or like got into the middle of it is the better thing.
Yeah, technically I watched the beginning in the past, I just never finished it. So
I technically was half watching it, but then I watched it near like I actually got in after I was done, and I was like, shit, what's going on? Damn.
Yeah,
this policeman dog.
Dude, this
I
is actually part. So like,
I remember like literally tuning in when he's at his at Otakawa's apartment with the officer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, okay, why is he here? Why is his door closed? Why is it taped up? Or like something like that. And I started watching it, and then the cool rapping is he a porcupine? I'm not.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah,
he is.
He was a porcupine.
He's so cool. He just raps, and I'm like, damn, did he really just rap this whole time? He made it rhyme.
I don't like half the time he didn't even rhyme. It's just a flow.
He just flowed. He just made it work.
Bro.
Yeah. He said, "Yo," I was like, damn. I wish people could. I wonder if anyone in real life can really do that. There probably are people who can do that, but like. Well, I don't know anything about Japanese, but the way since he did in Japanese, it hit different. Like, holy crap.
Speaking of flow, holy opening and ending, could not skip.
Oh, we did not skip it once.
No, you did not.
It's been a while.
Despite being behind, you did not skip.
Oh, it's so slick, I think, the opening. And then it's like the ending is just...
Yeah, it's such like a role reversal.
Yo, getting beat up by Yakuza, and then it's just ending.
Slow and somber opening. AD. Happy fun time. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, the opening is so chill. It's like
it is so chill.
It really opens the vibe really well. That's
and it's also kind of it really gets to I think Otakawa's headspace as well. I think.
Yeah.
Which is really really cool.
Because from what I know, his job is
I feel like again, I think anime like does this to a point, but it's like I think the most I felt for that, like the OP connecting to a main character, you know.
Wait, Ryan,
it's
what
like
were you saying?
Oh, me?
Oh, Ryan.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, from what I know, he's just a taxi driver. He didn't, he's just doing his taxi thing. Like that's just how you settle. It's a chill job that he wants to do,
Yeah, he kind of
likes cars.
He really did get caught up in all of that.
Like he was just driving cars, bro, and then whatever kicks this off happens to him, and he's like, "Damn, I'm done. When I'm done with this, I'm done with this. Like I don't want any part of it. Anything you do, I'm not in it. Please leave."
Valid, honestly.
Yeah,
literally was like done with it near the end.
No, he's not done with it.
He's not done with it.
I know, but like, come on, he wants to be done with it.
And hey, you gotta move it a while.
Well, no, he feels like he's done with it. I think. Yeah. He's probably because it's like there is a movie by the way. Those of you who don't know, but there will be. But it's like he definitely feels that he's gotten his friends out. All the criminals that are there to harm his friends and himself are behind bars essentially. He reconciles, or not reconciles, he meets up with the person who essentially took care of him. And it's like, you have it really is like a happy ending. Until that part, and it's distorted,
Which is, again, like, I love and hate that ending because of how, like, that guttural feeling of just like, oh, no, man. This is like a start of something.
Yeah, your stomach just like twists all of a sudden.
Like, shoot, it's coming in April.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Dang.
dude.
That means it might come over here like in the summer, like during.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah.
That would be
We'll see.
pretty sick.
Hopefully, it comes in the summer.
Yeah,
so we can
that'd
all
be
watch
amazing.
it. But
That'd be pretty sick.
I do want to make note of like 2 other characters, and that's our Goriki and Shirakawa. I think are
dude,
super great characters. They're super
Shirakawa is
likable,
so cute. Oh my god.
super wholesome. True. I like their character designs as well. Yeah.
Bro, I was like, I think the first time I ever noticed her was when she did the capoeira.
Oh yeah, the camera.
Yeah,
Oh my
she
god.
styled on
The
her.
dissonance between like, oh, I love you. It's
And then-
like,
Bust a move, dude.
yeah.
Yo, I was like, I literally had like some flashbacks to like when I played Tekken with like people. I saw her do her move, like, oh no, it's Eddie. Oh no, oh
my.
god.
Okay, we don't talk about Eddie here. Like the
Capoeira.
last time
And I was like,
Don't
what was
talk
she?
about Eddie.
What was she again? She's a
She was in
Alpaca?
Alpaca.
Llama? alpaca. Okay. And then when they switched their back, like, wait, hold up, hold on. She's, huh?
She's cute.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember
Damn.
when we saw it, we were like, "Oh my god, she's cute."
What? She did capoeira and she's cute. This is
Also,
more intimidating.
Our boy Goriki.
Oh yeah, Goriki was pretty spot on.
He is spot on.
Nines. Yeah,
Dude,
dressed to
it's
the
so
nines.
funny. Like it's the interactions they have when he's in the hospital. He wakes like, oh, so what do you see me as now? You look kind of the same. How about her? I don't want to talk about. You still can't talk to women.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
dude. Oh, I
It's
love how like when he's getting like the papers, they're like, yeah, even though you're from like this medical pharmacy, we can't give it to it. And then he's like, no, I'm here because I'm his friend. And I'm just like, oh my god, classic
man.
line. Let's go, Gorky.
Friend.
Yeah. But I think what's also really funny, I guess, is like their interactions and how that like hints towards his what they call his impairment.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you're the only alpaca here, you know, or it's like he said that out loud, or like
Oh yeah.
Goriki is like, you're just a gorilla, but it's like he's actually talking with people and people are hearing him say this, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
Oh, yeah, you think about it. The first time when the idols got into taxis, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
calico cats, and
Yeah.
the person's like, what?
yeah, it's such a little tiny detail, but it's like so well done, I think.
Man,
Dude, and he's the police officer.
Like I feel like it
With his
really
glass.
is subtle when it comes to those things. Like the little details, I think a lot of people probably wouldn't care, but I think they add up to be able to add that like really cool twist where it's like, oh, all of these are people, you know?
I think that's the best part. Honestly.
Yeah. Like, but I think it really is unsung. Those like little small details, like they aren't necessary in a story. I think,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're too focused on little details, that might like impair your
Yeah.
your story. But I think in here it's like super well done.
I mean, I think
Because-
most of it is in part because, like, I know me and Brian have talked, like, a lot about genre, and I think, again, like, a very important part about, like, mystery genre, if you want, like, have it rewatchable, is having those small details, and I think that's so cool. How, like, certain genres can bring out the best of certain things in a show, right?
That's
Where,
true.
like,
Yeah.
the consistency in a mystery genre is just so, like, that's what you like to see, right?
Mhm.
When in like maybe I don't know like a slice of life drama, it's like it's here or there sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I totally get that.
But I think what's most important for me, and some that like I really like to talk about, is that how this is on my anime list. It's an original. Like this show is an original,
yeah,
which makes it even
right.
more interesting to see how the pacing is just. I think the pacing is pretty good.
It's so
It's
good.
slow,
It is
but
very
like
long.
you know, it like picks up, right?
Mhm.
It's a really nice build up, and again the consistency of all of it. It's just something you don't see in original anime that much nowadays. I think
Yeah, I see that.
like there's like a lot of adaptations nowadays, right? So like it's easier to like follow the script and have like a good pacing. But I know stuff like original works that have really fell off, mostly because like its production was terrible and stuff like that. But I'm really happy that ODDTAXI didn't fall like that, and it's made by OLM, which I know they don't make too much. They just do Pokemon. They actually make Komi, which is pretty cool as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, true.
You did not know that.
And so it's kind of amazing to see like the studio just really pop off and do something really interesting as well.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think so too.
So good to see them. Oh, another character I really enjoyed was Kuroda, the tapir.
Oh, yeah.
The Yakuza boss. The one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought so,
The
yeah.
bathhouse.
It's so cool. Like the thing, I think that really sold me because he's always Otokawa was always like, "Oh, tapir's here." It's so ominous, but at the same time, like when we finally meet him, he's like, "What's your one rule?" He's like, "People." I mean, yeah, he might be part of the Yakuza, but at least he like knows his line boundary he doesn't cross. Which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, he's a very like small, but he's definitely like his presence definitely plays a very significant part of the narrative.
Wait, he's voiced by Kiryu, voice actor. What the?
I thought so.
Voice actor?
Yeah, I thought so too.
I knew it.
my god.
What? Really? Damn.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I thought I was like, I heard his voice, and I was like,
Wait, they share the
know
same
him.
name, dude. Wait.
Hold up.
Oh.
Kind of crazy with it. Kind of correct.
For those of you who don't know, and I'll be sad if you don't, by the way, but yeah, Kiryu's from Yakuza, like the Yakuza games, famous. Play the games; they're fun.
You don't just watch it. The story is so good. But no. Actually, that's such a good comparison. In the Yakuza games, there's so many like in Yakuza 0, there's so much interlocking stories that's happening all at the same time, and everything comes together eventually. Monster, Kiryu, and that. So what happens with all these different characters, dude.
Do you think that this was on purpose? That they got Kiryu's voice actor and made this character?
Absolutely.
That's actually insane.
You can't make that a coincidence. Why would you make that a coincidence?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't make that a coincidence. You had an actor come in and do the voice, and you're like,
I wonder how production went. Like, how did they just go like, "Yo, we're making an anime, and there's a character that we made that's exactly like you. Can you voice it?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, bro." Oh my god,
it's so cool.
It's interesting. I don't know. I think anime production is super interesting. How like,
oh yeah, definitely.
how does everything like come about? You know?
Oh, I just remembered another character who like we hate but love. Like he's there in a way.
Oh my god, the idol fan.
No, well,
Oh,
okay,
shit.
not just actually, yeah, him too, but the social media guy.
oh no.
Oh.
The wannabe influencer.
Dude, that guy, man. When that guy had the thing with one of his followers. Sheesh, man.
Come on,
Disgusting.
Come on.
It's like, oh, I didn't realize as well how much this anime would like go into those details, right? Where it's like you have idol culture, it'll like talk about idol culture. It talks about like social media and influencers and stuff. It's got commentary on all sorts of fucking corruption as well. You could feasibly make this anime a commentary on so many different things.
And I think that's what's so cool about it, right? Is that it's an original work that tackles so many things, and like you usually see like if an original work focuses on like a lot of things, I think it usually falls flat because it doesn't have like the manga's direction that has been planned out, right? And so it's really, really sick to see how this was planned out and worked out,
honestly.
right?
They had to make this from scratch, and they had to think about all of these. That's crazy.
This is definitely something we can take on and like be inspired by for.
Oh yeah, I think so too. It's definitely like as are many anime, a good example of a very in-depth piece of art. Again, as I said, as of with many anime, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's something to I think really, you know, not emulate, but something to kind of realize how much goes on. I think when it comes to writing or animation or just like kind of the little like creative choices that can add up. Like I think thinking about like our podcast, that's kind of what we were in a way adding up to, right? From like the voice actors to elements in the narrative, you know.
Like it's definitely like that thing where like a lot of original works takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And that's why I appreciate and I want every original work to do really well. But it's so, like, I'm not disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed, but it's more or less like there's so much potential in this show that like it made me like, you know, it's like I really wish that like original works could just be way better than adaptations, because I do love watching original stuff, right? Not because like I hate adaptations or whatever, right? But because like it showcases the amount of like creativity within the anime industry on like instead of like an adaptation, right? And like like immediately knowing that this thing that I'm making will be for anime, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a very important choice when you're saying I'm gonna make something in anime, but also even like twofold when you're saying I'm making it specifically for this medium, especially for this medium, right?
And I think that's
It's
super
like,
super cool.
yeah, and it's like, and you could kind of reflect that on quite a few, like both original and original works and adaptations, right? Like, I point to like Naoko Yamada's A Silent Voice and Liz in the Bluebird, both of which are, well, of course, anime films, but one is an adaptation and the other is basically a side story to, and for all intents and purposes, an original, right?
Yeah,
Liz in the
I forget
Bluebird.
if it's actually an original based
Right.
on listen, you know what I mean? Like I don't.
Yeah. But I think for all intents and purposes, it's an original.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's very experimental. Where it's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
you just don't see
Where
that.
it feels original because it's so experimental, and I think it's like, and you think about Yamada's work in like A Silent Voice, right? Where it's like it's obviously an adaptation, and I've read the manga, it's great, but it's like you could see her decisions, and not only her decisions, but all the entire animation team, the writer team, the musicians, everyone, right? Saying like this story is going to be a medium using anime, you know, and trying to visually and acoustically kind of tell that story, not just from like moving pictures, but as a concentration of all these elements, you know, and then like working in tandem with each other. And it's like it's just super amazing to, because that's what anime is. That's what film is, even. Like it's all those moving pieces working together and trying to concentrate them into meaning, into depth, into entertainment, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, like, I guess to point back to it, it's something that ODDTAXI definitely does, I think. You know, it uses all of its elements, from the music to the characters to even like the stylistic choice of the anime, you know? Which I think is it's just so well done.
Like, also like on a weird note that I want to like put down before like we kind of wrap things up here. And it's like I also find something interesting where like I'm gonna take Demon Slayer for example, where like you know how like of course like I'm talking about UFO Table here, and UFO Table is insane with animation, but I think it's super interesting to see a manga panel being animated, right? Versus how probably like we all we all four see like certain camera angles and how insane those are as well.
That's true. Yeah.
And like just like how like one of them is taken from a manga while the other one is really emphasizing the medium of like, you know, having being able to see something through like a frame, right? By a frame by frame basis. Both are really good, right? But I think it's interesting that a lot of people point to like, oh my god, Demon Slayer is like this, right? But like for me and Brian, we are also like, oh my god, Naoko Yamada's cinematography here is insane.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that's something cool to point out. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that like this medium is fucking insane.
There's so many things you can do with it, yeah. It's, if I were to tell, because what is it? When we were watching Demon Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That animation went off.
See, I've actually read the manga, so I know the panels.
Yeah.
So when I was watching Kevin was just watching it for the first time. So when they were doing all the fights, I was like, they got all of that from, like 2 frames.
I know.
Dude, holy crap! That's why I was so excited to watch the movie. Like when you guys told me like you want to watch the movie, like, on God, for real? Yes. I get to watch. I get to see. Because what I love about when I hear, like, I don't know why, it's just coincidental. Anytime I get into a manga, they get an anime adaptation. I was reading, so off topic, but y'all know about the new waifu this year, Marine? I was reading that.
The
I was
one, right?
yeah. The Sono no, I forgot how the. It's
So
My
like
Dress Up
Screwball,
Darling.
I think.
Dude, I read that. I was reading it like, huh, this is a good manga. Next, few weeks later, anime adaptation for My Dress Up Darling. Oh, that's pretty baller. And I remember way back. Oh, dude, I remember I was reading. What's another one I was reading? Komi-san, of course. I was reading Komi-san.
Oh, of course.
I was reading.
Real life.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. I knew there was an anime. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's just funny. Like when I start reading an anime, it gets a manga soon after.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just coincidental. I remember I was like,
that's your potential as your creative advisor right there.
it's so funny. I remember I even when you guys introduced me to a Rent a Girlfriend, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then it got anime.
No, oh no.
Like,
Oh, no.
I was like,
Don't talk about it.
okay, I know, okay, but just saying.
I mean, okay, it's like it's bad for for
If you're there, you're there. If you know, you know. If you don't,
it's good
keep
and
reading.
bad for very, very interesting reasons. But I don't want to talk about it, so let's wrap things up, shall we?
Yeah, let's wrap
Yeah.
things up before we go inside this rabbit hole. So,
Can you take it away?
Alright, boys. You know, the meaning of Ikigai is the reason for being, and for some reason you're now here watching 4 people this time. Speaking about random stuff, in this case we're talking about ODDTAXI. We hope you enjoyed our talk about this amazing anime. I'm On, signing off.
This is Brian signing out.
this is Kevin signing off.
This is Ryan. See you next time.
Yep,
Goodbye,
take care,
everyone.
guys. Have a
Much
good
love.
one.
Yep, take
ya.
care. Bye.